Ever wonder if something you do every day, without even thinking, might be quietly cutting years off your life? As we age, we start paying closer attention to our health, watching what we eat, staying active, maybe even taking our meds like clockwork. But sometimes, the things that hurt us the most aren't the loud, obvious ones. They're the small, sneaky habits that build up over time, turning dangerous before you even notice. In this video, we're diving into the 5 deadliest mistakes older adults make, mistakes that might seem harmless at first, but can lead straight to serious illness or even an early grave. These are the things Dr. Eric Techberg and other experts warn about, but too few people talk about openly. From the routines you barely think about to the choices you avoid, these habits hold the power to change your life, and not for the better. Stick with me, because knowing these mistakes could be the difference between thriving for years to come or facing consequences you never saw coming. The good news? Once you know what they are, you can take action to fix them. Let's get started. One of the most dangerous traps older adults fall into is brushing off unexpected changes in how much they eat or how much they weigh. It might start small, skipping breakfast here and there, noticing your jeans feel a bit looser, or just not feeling hungry like you used to. But if you or someone you care about is losing weight without trying, or eating less for no clear reason, that's not something to ignore. It's like your body waving a red flag, signaling something deeper might be wrong. When you hit your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it's tempting to chalk up a smaller appetite to just getting older. You might hear things like, "I don't need as much food anymore," or "Things don't taste as good as they used to." Sure, taste buds and digestion shift with age, but your body still needs fuel to keep going. When it stops asking for that fuel, it's whispering a warning. Ignoring that whisper can lead to big trouble down the road. Unexplained weight loss can be a sign of serious issues, things like cancer, heart problems, thyroid imbalances, chronic infections, or even depression. The scary part? These conditions often don't come with flashing neon signs. That gradual weight loss might be the only clue you get early on. Catching it gives you a fighting chance to address the root cause before it spirals. Take Clara, a 76-year-old from Oregon. Her son noticed she'd gone from a size 12 to a size 8 in just a few months. She brushed it off, saying she was just eating lighter. But her son pushed her to see her doctor, who found early-stage pancreatic issues. Because they caught it early, Clara got treatment and is now back to her book club and baking cookies for her grandkids. That's the power of paying attention. Ignoring weight loss doesn't just weaken your body, it strips away muscle, tanks your immune system, and makes you more likely to fall or get sick. It's like building a house on a crumbling foundation. Muscle loss, or sarcopenia, is a natural part of aging, but rapid, unintended weight loss accelerates it, leaving you frail and vulnerable. Falls are a leading cause of injury in older adults, often leading to fractures or head trauma that can spiral into long-term disability. Your immune system takes a hit too, making it harder to fight off infections like pneumonia, which can be deadly for seniors. Even your energy levels and mental clarity suffer, as your body struggles to function without proper nutrition. So, how do you spot the warning signs? Start by paying attention to your daily habits. Are you eating less because meals feel like a chore? Do you find yourself skipping snacks or leaving half your plate untouched? Check your clothes. Do they feel looser than they did a month ago? Step on a scale every couple of weeks to catch trends early. If you're losing more than a pound or 2 a month without trying, it's time to talk to your doctor. Keep a food diary for a week to track what you're actually eating. It's easy to underestimate. If food's lost its appeal, experiment with new flavors or textures, like adding herbs or trying smoothies. Sometimes, simple tweaks like eating smaller, more frequent meals can help. Don't assume it's just aging. Your body's trying to tell you something, and listening could save your life. A quick checkup might reveal something as simple as a medication side effect or as serious as an underlying condition. Either way, you'll have a plan to tackle it. Consider the ripple effects of ignoring this. A weaker body means less independence. Maybe you can't carry groceries or climb stairs without help. That's not just a physical loss. It hits your confidence and quality of life. Clara's story shows what's possible when you act early. After her diagnosis, she worked with a nutritionist to find foods she enjoyed, like hearty soups and fruit smoothies, which helped her regain strength. She's not just surviving, she's thriving, hosting game nights with her grandkids. That's what's at stake. So, check your weight, track your eating, and don't brush off changes. It's not about vanity, it's about giving yourself the strength to live fully. Another deadly mistake older adults make is steering clear of the doctor not because they feel fine, but because they're scared of bad news or too proud to ask for help. It sounds harmless enough. "I'll be okay," or "I don't want to bother anyone." Those words might feel comforting in the moment, but they hide a dangerous truth. As we age, the risk of serious conditions, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke climbs fast. Most of these can be treated or even reversed if caught early. But every time you put off that appointment or ignore a symptom, you're giving those conditions time to grow stronger while your chances of fighting them shrink. It's not just procrastination, it's a gamble with your life. The fear of hearing something bad is real. Nobody wants to face a tough diagnosis. But here's the truth. Knowing early gives you power. It gives you options, time, and a path forward. Ignoring a problem doesn't make it disappear, it just makes it harder to treat when you finally face it. Pride can be just as dangerous. Some folks grew up in an era where you only saw a doctor if you were half dead. Others think asking for help is a sign of weakness. But the strongest thing you can do is take charge of your health. It's not about being frail, it's about being smart enough to stick around for the people who love you. I once met Frank, an 80-year-old from Michigan. He bragged about not seeing a doctor in 15 years. "I'm built tough," he'd say. But when chest pain finally forced him to go, his doctor found a major artery blockage. Frank was lucky a stent went in just in time. His doctor told him, "Another month, and we might not be having this conversation." Now Frank laughs and says, "My toughest move was ditching my stubbornness." Delaying doctor visits isn't just risky, it's a choice that can steal years from you. Early detection of something like high blood pressure can prevent a stroke. Catching diabetes early can save your kidneys and eyesight. Even cancer, when found early, often has better outcomes. But wait too long, and treatments get harder, recovery gets slower, and complications pile up. So, what can you do? If you notice symptoms, chest tightness, shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, or changes in sleep or energy, don't brush them off. Write them down, be specific, and call your doctor. Even vague symptoms, like feeling off, are worth checking. Sometimes it's nothing, and that relief is worth the visit. Other times, it's a chance to catch something early and add years to your life. Don't let fear or pride stop you. Make the call, schedule the checkup, and show up. It's not about weakness, it's about giving yourself the chance to keep hiking with your friends, cooking for your family, or chasing your grandkids. Frank's now a regular at his doctor's office and feels stronger for it. You can too. If you're finding this helpful, drop Insight 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. Haven't subscribed yet? Hit that button and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing. Your support keeps us making content that informs and inspires. Here's a sneaky one. Taking your meds exactly as prescribed, but never checking if they're still right for you. Sounds responsible, right? You're following the doctor's orders, popping pills on schedule. But here's the catch: over time, your body changes, and so do your needs. A pill that worked perfectly 5 years ago might now be causing harm or clashing with something new you're taking. As we age, our kidneys, liver, and digestion process drugs differently. That dose you've been on forever might linger too long in your system or react badly with a new prescription. Yet so many people keep taking the same meds for years without a second thought. The biggest danger? Drug interactions. You might be on 5 or 6 meds, blood pressure pills, cholesterol meds, something for sleep, maybe an anti-inflammatory. Each one seems fine on its own, but together, they can cause dizziness, confusion, or even heart issues. Some folks end up in the ER with symptoms that look like a stroke, only to find out it's their meds clashing. Over-the-counter drugs, supplements, even herbal remedies can stir up trouble too. Mixing something as common as ibuprofen with a blood thinner can lead to internal bleeding. Taking calcium or magnesium at the wrong time can mess with how other drugs work. These aren't rare cases, they happen more often than you'd think, especially when no one's keeping track of the full picture. Take Ellen, a 74-year-old widow from Ohio. She was on meds from 3 different doctors: a cardiologist, a rheumatologist, and her primary care doc. None had the full list of what she was taking. She started feeling dizzy, nauseous, and exhausted, assuming it was just age. But when her doctor reviewed her meds, he found 2 drugs canceling each other out and a third building up to toxic levels. A quick adjustment later, Ellen was back to her gardening and felt like herself again. This happens because our bodies aren't static. Kidney function declines with age, meaning drugs can build up and cause side effects like confusion or falls. Even your diet, say. Eating more grapefruit can mess with how meds like statins work. Supplements like St. John's wort can interfere with antidepressants, and nobody warns you about that at the pharmacy counter. So, what's the fix? At least once a year, sit down with your doctor or a pharmacist and go over every pill, supplement, and over-the-counter drug you take. Bring a written list to every appointment, include doses and timing. Make sure every doctor knows what the others prescribed. If you're feeling off dizzy, tired, or foggy, don't assume it's normal aging. It could be your meds. Ellen's story is a wake-up call. After her med review, she not only felt better but started hiking again with her local seniors group. Don't leave your health to chance. A simple review could mean the difference between feeling like yourself and ending up in the hospital. This one sounds almost too simple to be deadly, but not drinking enough water is a massive health risk for older adults. Dehydration can mimic exhaustion, dizziness, confusion, or even early dementia. By the time it's obvious, it might already be causing serious harm. If you're not sipping water regularly throughout the day or waiting until you're thirsty to drink, your body could be suffering in ways you don't even realize. As we age, our ability to sense thirst fades. Your cells might be screaming for water, but your brain doesn't get the memo. Plus, some folks cut back on water to avoid bathroom trips, or because it's just not appealing anymore. But water is the oil that keeps your body's engine running, especially as you get older. Even mild dehydration thickens your blood, putting extra strain on your heart. Your kidneys have to work harder. Your brain starts to fog, making it tough to focus, remember things, or even stand steady. For many older adults, falls happen exactly like this: a little dizziness, a wobbly moment, all tied to not drinking enough. Dehydration can also cause low blood pressure, leading to fainting or symptoms that mimic a stroke. ERs see it all the time. Older adults come in confused or weak, only to realize they haven't had enough water that day. Long-term, low water intake can lead to urinary tract infections, kidney stones, or heart problems. It can even mess with how your meds work, making them less effective or too strong. Think about Henry, an 81-year-old from Texas. His daughter noticed he was acting forgetful and unsteady, skipping his usual walks and napping more. She feared the worst. But a trip to his doctor revealed chronic dehydration. Henry admitted he'd been avoiding water because it felt boring. They set up a plan with flavored water and a daily reminder chart. Within a week, Henry was sharper, steadier, and back to his old self. Dehydration isn't just a one-day problem. Chronic low water intake can weaken your muscles, slow your recovery from illness, and even increase your risk of heat stroke in warm weather. It affects your mood. 2 studies show dehydration can make you feel anxious or irritable. For women, it can increase the risk of UTIs, which can lead to serious infections if untreated. For men, it can contribute to prostate issues. How much water is enough? It varies, but sipping small amounts throughout the day is way better than waiting for thirst. Aim for 6-8 glasses, more if you're active or in a hot climate. Keep a favorite glass or bottle nearby. If plain water's not your thing, toss in some lemon or mint. Coffee and alcohol don't count. They actually pull water out of your system. So if you love your morning coffee or evening wine, balance it with extra water. Henry's now a pro at carrying a reusable water bottle, and he swears it's like recharging his batteries. It's a small habit with massive impact. If this is resonating, drop Insight 4 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. Not subscribed yet? Hit that button and ring the bell to stay in the loop. Your support fuels more content like this. The 5th mistake isn't physical, it's emotional, but it's just as deadly. Social isolation might not sound like a killer, but studies show it's as dangerous as smoking or heart disease. If you're spending most of your days alone, rarely connecting with friends or family, or avoiding social settings, you're putting your health and longevity at serious risk. Humans are wired for connection. It's not just about having people around, it's about feeling seen, heard, and valued. When that connection fades, you lose something vital that keeps you mentally and physically strong. Isolation is linked to higher risks of heart attack, stroke, depression, cognitive decline, and even early death. The scariest part? It creeps up slowly, and most people don't realize how deep they're in until it's taken a toll. Older adults are especially vulnerable. Friends or spouses pass away. Kids move far off. Health issues make it harder to get out. At first, it might feel like you're just enjoying some quiet time. But when weeks turn into months, that quiet can weigh heavy on your heart and mind. Being alone isn't the same as being lonely. But when isolation becomes your norm, when you're missing real conversations, shared laughs, or moments of connection, the risks pile up. Your brain needs interaction. Your heart needs companionship. Your soul needs to know it matters. Research shows socially isolated people have a 26–29% higher risk of early death. It raises cortisol levels, which stress your heart and weaken your immune system. It can even speed up cognitive decline, making Alzheimer's or dementia worse. Consider Martha, a 78-year-old from Virginia. After her husband died, she slowly stopped going to her knitting group and skipped church outings. She told herself she was just tired. But over time, she ate less, felt anxious for no reason, and slept too much. Her son convinced her to try a local senior center. She resisted at first. "I don't need strangers," she said. But one visit and a chat with another widow sparked something. Now Martha's there twice a week, leading a book discussion group and laughing again. Staying connected doesn't mean being a social butterfly. It can be a weekly call with a friend, a regular coffee date, or joining an online group with shared interests. The key is consistent, meaningful contact, something that reminds you you're not alone. It boosts your brain, lowers stress, and even strengthens your immune system. Try small steps. Call an old friend, join a local club, or even volunteer. Martha found purpose leading her book group, and it gave her a reason to get up each morning. Connection isn't just nice, it's medicine for your body and soul. Now that we've walked through these 5 deadly but fixable mistakes, take a quiet moment to ask yourself, are any of these sneaking into my life? Habits are tricky. They form so quietly you don't notice until you're feeling off. And you don't know why. But here's the bright side. As silent as these mistakes are, they can be undone with awareness and small changes. Ignoring appetite shifts, avoiding doctors, skipping med reviews, not drinking enough water, or isolating yourself, these have taken too many lives too soon. But they're fixable, starting today. You don't need a total overhaul. Just pay attention, take yourself seriously, and treat your health like the gift it is. You're watching this because you care. You want to stay strong, sharp, and here for the people who matter to you. That alone sets you apart. Most people wait for a crisis. You're here learning how to prevent one. So, which of these 5 hit home for you? Which feels familiar? And most importantly, what are you going to do about it? Write it down. Share it with someone you trust. Let it be the first step toward a longer, healthier, happier life. Thanks for joining me today. Drop a comment below and tell me one thing you learned and how you'll use it. Your thoughts mean the world to use. It's what keeps us going. If you found this valuable, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Your support helps us keep bringing you content that informs and inspires. See you in the next one.